This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
This is Max Headroom, and what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dig you IT geeks. This is Dre DeMatteo from Sons of Anarchy. You are listening to IT in the D.
So what happens when you tap the angry beaver in the bunghole?
Exactly. Come on. Someone tries. To hell with this. I'm calling a break. We'll come back to the show.
Just where do you guys think you are? The Library of Congress? Detroit? Beyond the sun? Any of those, right?
Hi, I'm Ernie Hudson, and you're listening to IT in the D. All you nerds out there.
Nerds!
What's a nerd?
What's up, everybody? This is Billy Zapka. Sweep the leg. Listening to IT in the D Show. No mercy.
So you have no boots.
No.
You have no gloves.
No.
You have no hat.
No.
You have no scarf.
No.
You have no scraper.
No.
How long have you lived in Michigan?
All my life.
You, sir, are an idiot.
I don't care.
How much scotch did you drink that night, by the way?
Half a bottle.
Okay, then shut the hell up.
Hi, this is Martin Cove, John Kreese from the Karate Kid movie, and you're listening to IT in the D.
This is a bad idea.
Hey guys, it's Time Hawk, Bruce Leroy from The Last Dragon. You're listening to the IT&D show.
I may have to wipe the geek off.
Hi, I'm Brittany Daniel from The Game, and you're listening to IT in the D Show.
Hey, Jerry Slater. Hey, Jerry Slater. It's really good. Hey, Jenny Slater.
The dirt monster is in full effect here.
Take him to Detroit. No, not Detroit. No, please. Anything but that. No.
I used to hang out at the Magumbo Bar. It was a rough place, the seediest dive on the wharf, populated with every reject and cutthroat from Bombay to Calcutta. It's worse than Detroit.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Then don't come. Shut up.
This is Robert Hayes, Ted Stryker to my mother. When I'm not hanging out at the Magumbo Bar, I'm listening to the IT and the D show. It's worse than Detroit.
Guess Captain Soundboard doesn't know how to run the soundboard.
Shut up. Stop talking.
I don't know who brought that bell in, but Bob's got a new toy.
Is there such thing as a meat hangover?
I love my Monday meat stick.
Turn your microphone off. Just get out.
Hey, folks, this is WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and you're listening to the IT in the D Show. Tough guy. Ho!
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
The question isn't what are we going to do. The question is what aren't we going to do.
Ludicrous speed. Go!
And Happy New Year. This is January 5th, 2015.
Unless, of course, you're a Lions fan.
Merry New Year. Welcome to the IT and the D Show. We're sitting in the, this is episode 73. We're sitting in the Raw Radio Studios in the Russell Industrial Center, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. This is Bob the Sales Guy. We're sitting here as always with Dave the Geek, Jeff, the voice of reason. Woo! Yay. And, yeah, it's going to be a fun one. We got our very first pseudo-celebrity guest in the studio. We got Ian. Ian. We have Tom Nardone here from the founder of Priveco.
Thanks.
I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for joining us.
I've only been bugging you for 6 months. It's awesome you could make it on, though. And we have our Mystery Science 3000 Twitter genius guru Ian is in the house.
Yeah, not that our Twitter traffic is ever really high, but it will be at an all-time low this evening.
Yeah, no one's going to be tweeting us. Speaking of which, you can find us.
He said he was going to do it live.
Are you sure about that?
Right. Speaking of which, you can find us online, itinthed.com, Facebook, Twitter. Post stuff on Twitter. We'll read it on the air if it doesn't suck.
Even if it does suck.
So it is facebook.com/IT in the D, and it is at IT in the D.
And because
Yes.
we are IT in the D, and you
are not.
Not even with the new year.
No.
You are
No,
still not.
you still are not.
So
IT in the
technically,
D.
Dave brought up a good point. Technically, we've been doing this for 3 calendar years since we
that's
started.
kind of frightening when you think about it, because we started in June of 2013.
Yeah.
And then we went through all of 2014, and here we are in 2015.
Here we are.
Scary.
Yay.
16 episodes, right, Bob?
Yeah, 16. I said we were 16 episodes. We're either going to hate each other or we're going to run out of crap to talk about. And lo and behold.
You did, but you still keep going.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
We're close to hating each other.
Well, I mean, like the half an hour before our very first episode, I think the three of us were kind of freaking out, not knowing what we were going to talk about for 2 hours, and that flew by. Like we could have gone on for 6 hours that first night.
Yeah.
So how was I stayed in this New Year's. What do you guys?
Yeah?
Do you guys stay in?
Yeah, stayed in.
Oh,
It's amateur night.
Getting old. Yeah, no, but somebody's got to teach them how to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
You know.
somebody else can.
Yeah.
no.
Well, we went to dinner at our favorite restaurant, and instead of just you book a 7:30
You got
reservation.
the case, the whole case, or just the sack?
All of it. Yeah, no. It's 2 crave cases.
Hit the bell.
Yeah, that's bell-worthy.
I'm the guest, and I commandeered the bell.
Yeah, I didn't want to give that damn thing up.
My story sucks. I want to stop right now.
He's afraid of the slow clap. That's what it is.
No, so, I mean, it was a nice low-key night with the kids and the fam. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that every now and then.
No, not at all. Kids want to stay up, watch the ball drop, and
Right.
we both fell asleep at 9:30.
And rewind Taylor Swift's performance 87 times.
And wonder how Pitbull ever got famous.
Dude, is he like...
I don't get
I've
it.
never seen him and Lou Bega in the same place together.
Lou Bega's in Germany. No,
is that right?
Yeah, because Rich tweets him all the time.
Well, so do you know where his last name is Lou Bega, like Lubega?
Okay,
and that's where his stage name came from. Lou, there's your little bit of trivia for
Hit
that.
the slow clap. Nobody cares. Mambo
So did you hear all
number 5.
the? Did you hear all the haters about the one artist that sings that "Let It Go" song from Frozen? How she couldn't hit all the high notes because it's so freaking cold in New York. My daughter's watching it. And
She loved it.
But she loved it. And she's like, "Wow, that's her."
Yeah.
And like the next day, everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, she sounded like crap." I'm like, "What do you expect?"
Maybe because the song is embedded in our heads like a
the studio version,
like the worm from Alien. That's why we hate her. Don't care if you sing or not.
Earwigs from Star Trek 2.
That too, exactly.
Frozen.
Just let it go, Bob. Just let.
I
it
know,
go.
right?
If only we could.
All right.
If only our daughters
Hey, keep
would.
it up, and you're going to be a regular guest on here.
All right, I'm gonna go quiet now.
So what the hell's going on?
Dude, I'm not going to lie. My favorite story is the last one that I shot out to you about the Mississippi fan that went to the Peach Bowl and called himself an Uber after the game. And instead of giving the Uber app the directions back to his hotel, he punched in his home address back in Mississippi and woke up to
Where was the Peach Bowl?
Georgia, I believe.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Georgia Peach.
Yeah, Atlanta. Yeah. So, woke up or came to, depending on how you want to look at it, when the Uber driver announced that they were there, and it was a $900 ride.
And the Uber driver never questioned his final destination or anything like that.
Isn't that cheap, though? Because remember, Patrick, didn't he say he had to go to Troy from downtown? It was like $100?
True.
Right. Going across.
No, it was Ferndale.
So it was like the anti-surge pricing for that game, apparently.
I mean, I went from my VW dealership to like O'Connor's when I got an oil change Friday, and it was $12 for like a half a mile.
Yeah.
He got off cheap, $900.
It is cheap, actually. Now you're thinking about it.
They wouldn't courtesy shuttle you to the bar?
I didn't bother asking. Yeah, take me to the bar while you change my oil. I don't want to ask that. I went there for
Sir,
food.
are you going back to work? No, just the bar.
Their food is really good. That's why I went.
Yeah, you read it just for the articles, too, right?
Right, yeah.
But yeah, $900 Uber ride.
Did he bother getting his money? Or just
Oh, no.
he just ate it?
No, remember, dude, it's
already prepaid.
You pay with your credit card. There's no...
Nobody like dispute it. It's kind of like when you go to the strip club. Like, no, honey, I didn't go to the strip club. Someone stole my card.
But how could you dispute it?
Because he's home.
He's home.
It's not like, oh crap, I'm at a friend's house in a different state. I'm actually in my own living room.
As it turns out, the billing address matches the credit card that you used to pay for this.
How long of a trip is it? That clown slept the whole way?
Let's see.
Yeah, and that's what I want to know is who is this Uber driver that didn't question it at all and say, this guy's passed out in the backseat of my car. Is he really going across state lines? Or is that even allowed?
Or may have questioned. Apparently it is.
Well, you never know. Maybe some guy gets in your car. The Uber says you're going to take him 300 miles, and he says, I'm just going to go take a nap now. You figure, he's probably taking a nap because it's a 300-mile trip. Well, it's like $900.
It's like DC Cab. The guy gets drunk, gets in the backseat of his cab, and he drives 10 feet, and he goes, all right, that'll be $50. The guy gets out.
My question is, this guy's car now is in Atlanta, and he's in Mississippi. He's going to have to call another Uber to get his car.
Exactly. Yeah. Or he may have flown there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was staying in a hotel. Yeah, I mean, he posted a screenshot of the Uber receipt.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing, at least he's owning it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Dupa of the day. Can we start doing that?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You are the dumbass of the day. Yeah, no, absolutely. But no, yeah, the receipts, the whole 9 yards, outstanding. Took it from Atlanta to Mississippi. That's amazing.
Did Ole Miss win the game?
No, they got their asses beat, which is probably why he got so drunk. They lost like 42-3.
Is it kind of like me yesterday after the Lions game?
Right. Yeah, how'd that work out, Bob?
Yeah, how's that coffee over there, by the way?
Yeah. I'm a masochist. What can I say? I'm not giving up on my Honolulu Blue. No. Idiots.
Were you wearing a jersey yesterday?
The first pick of the 2015 NFL draft.
To announce
yeah.
that with the 10th pick in the 2014 NFL draft, the Detroit Lions select
I would have rather they drafted Leroy Jenkins than Eric Ebron. The hell was he?
Yeah, he turned out well.
No, the best.
I thought you were going to say the referees.
You know when it was
they forget it. Yeah, that's their draft needs next year. They need to pick up a couple refs.
Exactly.
When it was 14-0, I looked over at Tully and I go, "Dude, you know they're going to lose." And sure enough, we just watched it and we kept looking at each other, just shaking our head.
I saw it like it was the third quarter when they first started getting all the penalties. It's like that hangs them up every single time.
All day on ESPN, conspiracy theory fixes it. I'm tired of it. I don't want to. What's next? I want to get angry.
Yeah, move right along.
So I had an interesting argument this weekend. I was over in Canada.
Which is where all good arguments happen.
Right. There's only 13.
51st state?
No, there's only like 13, because Louis probably listening right now. What's up? He's one of 13 people that live in that country.
So what is it? And, does the cheese go on top of the gravy or under?
Under. Yeah, we were arguing about poutine.
About what?
I thought that's what all arguments were about.
Poutine.
Ovaltine? What?
Right. But one of the guys is in IT, because he's the only IT guy in the country. And he looked at me straight, and we were talking about... he wrote a pretty...
Couldn't make the hockey team?
No, he's the only one. So, yeah, once you don't make hockey team, you go to IT.
It was figure skating or IT.
Right. Male cheerleader, figure skater.
Yeah.
But he made it.
He didn't want to put his hand in a woman's crotch, so he went to IT.
Right, exactly. Hit the bell, Tom. You just
he's billing his own jokes now.
All night.
He might be a recurring guest.
Yeah. But he knows he pushes my buttons, and he looks at me straight in the face. He goes, "Bob, apps are dead," and he sits back at the table and just watches my my blood pressure go up. But I kind of thought about it, and I go, how in the you tell me, I can't see how apps are dead.
They're not. I mean, it's a nice, with all of the hype and hoopla and all that fun stuff with HTML5, yes, in theory you have responsive websites and you have, you can, yes, mobile will work and life's great and all that fun stuff. But marketing people in particular are still very hot and heavy about the buzz of being in the App Store. And when it comes...
But I think there's middle-of-the-road adopters all the time. They're not going to get the blazing trail adopter.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's like a 15%, 85%.
Apps won't die, and they're not going away anytime soon because of compliance. When you got certain verticals that require encryption and proprietary... embedded applications that are on the device itself rather than just going to a web page.
Enterprise is just going to apps now. Like at Cisco, they just started releasing apps for us now. Right?
Chrysler is still trying to roll out its own app for its own portal. And I said, well, why don't you just make it a web view, like a responsive website? And they're like, no, we want to have it be, embeddable. I want to have it be, encrypted, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, well, you can do that with a web page.
But see, I don't get that. Yeah, like, why do I need to download the Marriott app when I can go to Marriott.com?
Because a lot of these websites that have these web developers, their websites are not mobile optimized yet. So they actually view it as easier
they haven't gone through. I mean, they haven't gone through and redesigned everything in HTML5 yet. That's the issue.
That's what I'm talking about. All these websites.
So, I mean, think about it look at it in the context of how many how many companies went out there and built an M.dot website.
Right. Same thing all over again.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was, m.yoursite.com, and that's where, they had the little JavaScript sniffer, and it bounced you over to the mobile quote-unquote version of your website instead of everything all in one.
Stripped out all the graphics and Flash and crap.
Right. But, I mean, it's like we were talking about at the bar. I mean, Google, good, bad, or indifferent, makes it easy. You can basically put a shell out there that does nothing more than invoke your HTML5 website, and there's your app. Apple doesn't allow you to do that, and that's part of the other issue that you're going to see is because, Apple, if you're going to put something in the App Store, it has to have a not insubstantial amount of content to it beyond what it invokes online.
But you're going to see a bubble, just like with the .com industry, because too much money's getting thrown around for really stupid app ideas.
Well, the issue also from the consumer point of view is the Apple App Store is a mess. You can't really find anything. There are so many apps in that store that if you're not actually featured on one of their category, featured app of the week or whatever in one of their categories of apps, it's so buried. It's worse than Amazon as far as trying to find or trying to get discovered if you're an app developer or a business is trying to promote whatever it is that you're trying to do.
Yeah, Magic Mike launched a joke app. And,
right.
We didn't even talk about it when he was on the air, but he had a hard time getting. It was word of mouth.
Exactly. I mean, you have to generate buzz outside of the App Store itself for it to get any traction whatsoever. That's the biggest problem with, at least in the Apple ecosystem. I don't know about the Google Play Store. I'm assuming it's similar.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that's Apple's fault, though. I think
it's actually volume. It's simple
lack
volume.
Of barrier to entry. They will let anyone put an app onto the system,
right?
And then you've got millions of apps.
As long as it complies to whatever guidelines they have out there, and it doesn't violate the.
We want devices. Like, I don't know your friend Magic Mike. I mean, I saw him at TEDx.
Yeah.
I imagine that his joke app was really not that awesome, and that there's probably
I downloaded it. I thought it was good.
I mean, there's probably 1,000 other joke apps that are very similar.
Right.
So.
So
if you're Apple, how do you tell people to get to one versus the other?
Because his was best jokes ever, so of course it's
I'm sure.
We want to write an app though. We've been talking about it. I don't know why we don't just do it. Like a Yelp review app for bathrooms. Call it Pooper. With no E, P-O-O-P-R.
Uh-huh.
So, like, when you
Yeah, you always eliminate the E to make it cool. Like
exactly. So it's got a little edgy.
Tumblr.
But, like, then you can, so that what we do is you can rate the bathrooms. Like, hey, the Sunoco gas station in Fremont on 94.
It's clean.
Like, yeah, it's clean. You can take a free, you can number 2 there. And then make, like, little games that you can play while you're on
fart soundboard.
Yeah, fart soundboard to make your neighbors giggle.
It's
got $1 million written all over it. If there's any VCs listening, call us. The show.
You need to have you need to have proximity too. So you need to check in. So the guy next to you checks in. You can digitally ask him for a square.
We can.
Come on, I need a square.
No, we can mix with Grinder with Pooper.
Yes, yeah.
Well, and that would have kept who was that senator with the foot tap under the bathroom stall wall?
Yeah, virtual foot tap.
Oh boy!
I just got a private message from Pooper.
Right, it's Grinder Tinder Pooper.
If you know what, if
stupider things have worked.
If Pooper is taken, or if you want to separate it out into men's and women's, you could have a wiper or a shaker.
See, that's why we brought Tom.
That's right. Somebody's writing this down, right?
Right. Then we on playback. It's the best part of it. It's all being dictated.
That's right. Yeah. When we're 80 years old, they will replay this at our funerals. And this one time, Bob talked about. This was the idea it's like Bill and Ted, right? Like in 20 years in the future, it's like Pooper becomes like Google.
The 3 idiots in Detroit thought about that in 2015.
Exactly, yeah. We'll be like the opening 10 minutes of Idiocracy. Will be us.
Who wants to buy cars online? I want to find out where
this, ladies and gentlemen, is why nobody can find anything on the App Store.
Case in point.
Yeah.
Right.
But I agree with Bob. Some of these things, like the Marriott Hotels app, or they said download the Red Wings or the Tigers or the Lions app. Why would I want to download the app for that? I just go to either NFL.com to get the score, or I can go to DetroitLions.com.
Again, to Dave's point, as long as the main website is mobile friendly, you're good to go.
The worst app ever is LinkedIn, and I'll tell you why.
Oh
Not because
my God,
I hate
that
it.
app
So I'll get an email going.
LinkedIn, if you're listening,
yeah, you suck.
You suck.
I'll get an email going. Tom wants to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'll hit view profile. It'll bring up the browser, and then it'll shoot to the app. Right. So now I'll lose the app. But I'll go back to the browser, and every time I open up the browser, the app shoots up again. So I have to open up my browser and click the X real quick, or it'll keep on this. And it's the worst. It's no different than the website. That's why bother having an app when it's the exact same thing as a website?
I have to tell you.
because if you go to touch.linkedin.com,
that's essentially the same thing. Yeah.
So why bother?
Well, the other thing about apps is, compared to mobile-friendly sites or whatever, is what's the word I'm looking for? Staying logged in. What's this?
Persistence.
Persistence. Thank you. Like for the LinkedIn app or touch.linkedin.com. You would always have to, if you ever cleared your cookies, you'd have to log back in again. With the apps, you don't have to necessarily have to do that.
Well, and the other part of it is permissions and that kind of stuff. If for things like Yelp or Facebook or stuff like that, you can't get to the granular. You can get to a granular level of permission with an app.
Can't get
that
to the
you
photos
can't with a
or
site.
anything like that.
You can't invoke the camera from a website.
Yeah.
You can't invoke a lot
of native.
Yeah, a lot of the
type
stuff
things.
down into the shell that you can do with an app, you can't do with a site, and that's just the way the sandbox works.
There's also a lot of defensive ground here. It's like a turf war to get on people's phones.
Oh, absolutely.
So they want you to install these apps. They're marketing to
Well, I think
you
Bob
to
said it
get to do
like when you kick out the conversation about it's for businesses. It's another medium for which they can advertise.
Yeah,
but it's also a way that they can defend their turf. Like if you've got the Marriott app installed on your phone, there's a good chance, and you're in the city, you're going to go to Marriott app first, or at least they're assured that you're not going to, go to Hilton first.
Yeah.
So it's something for them to work with.
Well, I mean, this is actually a really good segue because one of the things, one of the stories that I'd shout out to you guys that is, they were talking about the things that are going to annoy the hell out of you this in 2015 about
Wearables?
TV and movies. Know that every single channel is coming out with their own unique app and their own unique streaming service.
ESPN just came out.
Well, so WWE did it. Then you've got, so now ESPN's doing it. Then
$20
you've got-
Are they all going to be charging? So
Yes.
it's
$20 a month for
So it's not going to be
ESPN.
any cheaper than paying cable for $150 a month.
So I mean, that's the thing. It's the
HBO's going to be $12.99. ESPN's going to be $20.
Oh, kiss my ass.
That's my line. But I looked at remember I told you when cable is broken down, ESPN costs the most.
Yep.
Yeah, ESPN's the most expensive.
Yeah, I investigated cutting the cord a while
Which
ago.
I never
and
watched.
It would have cost me 3 times as much to subscribe to all the individual
to keep the shows and all the
to
different
keep the
services
shows that
and
my
all
wife
the-
and I
yep.
watch. It's ridiculous. It would be like $300 a month.
My wife and I cut the cord for about 3 years, and she went back. I want to cut it again.
Yeah.
But I the only thing I watched.
Why'd you go back? Why'd you go back?
She wanted to go back for
HGTV?
Oprah Network.
Oh boy,
Oprah for the life changing, of course. And
you get a download. You get a download.
But I was fine with it. I had no trouble with it because we have really. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I'm not a fan either. And but I love the over the air. Like watching football over the air was great. So it was fine with me.
$200 a month. I got a stupid pay.
Yeah,
It's
ridiculous.
driving me.
And we had Netflix and everything, so there was a whole series of shows we hadn't watched.
Netflix is our babysitter for the kids.
Yeah.
The problem is I watch a lot of baseball. Right, I watch a little bit of hockey and I watch a little bit of basketball.
But that's all over the air. You get
Fox Sports. You can't get.
Oh,
so it's just to watch the Tigers, I got to spend $2,000 a year.
Well, doesn't Fox Sports have? I know it's on Apple TV. Don't they have it for the Google Chrome stick and the Apple Fire stick or whatever?
I don't
They
know.
have those individual apps. That's another thing that boggles my mind. Is not only are the providers coming out with their own streams, like Dave said. But you got Apple TV, Google Stick, Fire Stick, and they all have their all individual apps.
Yeah, we have Apple
Right.
TV at home.
So, see, I don't want Hulu. I don't watch any of the stupid like sitcoms, like the 2, 4, and 7 sitcoms.
Right.
I watch none of them.
Right. So it wouldn't cost you a lot of money. That was.
But I don't want to give up Showtime because like Shameless and like Eastbound and Down.
Ray
those
Donovan
are like,
and
Ray Donovan, I couldn't live like those are my like Sunday night, man.
So Showtime doesn't have its version of like HBO Go or
Not
whatever.
yet. Not yet. They're about to, but no, not yet.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get any of that crap.
Yeah.
None of it.
Tom's a visionary, man.
I don't like it. I'm too.
He actually gets stuff done by not watching TV.
No, I'm too cheap for it.
You kids at home.
Like I will never. Like I've never had in my whole life. I'm 44 years old. I guess I'm independently wealthy, and I've never paid for HBO or Showtime.
Well, you have 42 companies. If I had 42 companies, there's no way I could.
But I just think to myself, like, but I meet all these people that make nothing, and they've like got a $200 a month cable bill.
Oh yeah, it's like the people standing in line with food stamps, complaining about it on their iPhone.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I remember a long time ago, I bought a new Corvette, and I thought to myself, if I had smoked, if I was a smoker, and I added up how much I would have spent on cigarettes from that day, from 18 till now, I would have bought this car.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's getting rid of those little regular expenses.
The,
$200 a month, that's a family vacation.
Tom, there was a guy I worked with that got the Starbucks, the large Slurpee, what the hell they call it, the Frappuccino.
Yeah.
And son of a bitch was $4.25. Yeah, Venti Slurpee.
Yeah, the giant mocha Slurpee, the Venti mocha Frappuccino.
And it was $4.25 a pop.
Where do you get this? At
Starbucks.
Oh, yeah, like a Frappuccino. They make it, yeah.
But he'd go 3 times a day. He was like
3 times a day.
No, he was like 6'3". No, he was 6'3", skinny like Jeff with a belly like mine. It was the weirdest human being I've ever met. I go, dude, do you ever math? And he goes, what? I'm with the whole.
Do you ever math?
I'm with the whole company, and I go, $12 a day times 5. That's 60. I go, you're dropping $300. I go, that's a car note, man. You're spending on Slurpees.
Unbelievable.
And he didn't even
Doesn't blink an eye.
No, he didn't care. Like that was such
disposable income. I mean, it's his choice.
And then people
right?
are shocked when they come out.
God bless America.
Right.
Yeah. Then people are shocked when they say this 30-ounce cup full of cream. It has 1,500 calories in it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God!
How did that
like
happen?
They've been lying to us. It's like, they're not lying to you. You're drinking a milkshake.
Wait, McDonald's is bad for me?
Yeah,
it's funny.
French fries are good. French fries have fat in them.
Right, it's crazy. How many people on Facebook that post that they go to the gym all the time, and then they post they're drinking one of them chocolate Slurpees at Starbucks.
I'll have
like,
2 Big Macs and a Diet Coke, please.
You're perpetuating your,
I like how you call it a Slurpee, by the way. At first I thought there was some new Slurpee I didn't know about.
Dude, we used to go there when I was at Kmart headquarters. We would walk across the street to the mall, and like once or twice a week, and I would love pissing them off and making their head explode. I would say, yeah, I want a giant mocha Slurpee, and she'd look at me and she'd be like, what? I'm like, you know damn well and good what I want. I'm not using your made up words. I want a giant
20.
mocha
I don't want
Slurpee.
20.
Right. I want a giant mocha Slurpee. That's what I want.
The one that pissed me off.
Make it chocolate, make it frozen.
Right. I used to like the green tea at Panera.
Yeah.
Like, it's healthy. I get no, it's Kool-Aid mix. That's and they put it in
Heat it up.
No, not it's the cold green tea.
Oh, the cold green tea.
Yeah, but it's Kool-Aid mix. It's bagged.
like powder. Yeah.
I'm like, and you're charging me $2.40 for this thing.
Well, you've been a Lions fan for 40 years. You've been drinking the Kool-Aid forever.
Hit the bell. That Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid tea today did not.
How'd that come back up?
Did not. It was green.
That was bile.
What else is next? We got a couple minutes.
Let's see. What do we want to hop into? We've got, there is the continuing theory and saga of the Sony hack. That there's more and more evidence.
What now?
This is how this what makes me laugh.
I love how every one of our conspiracy theories turn out to be true.
So we say okay. So that when they first announced it like 2 months ago that the movies got hacked, it was okay. Yeah, there was way more than just the movies got hacked, and then then they announced that there was the movies that got hacked.
Way more that got hacked.
And then it was okay. The interview, we're not going to show it because of North Korea, and we were like, yeah, that's going to be online tomorrow. Don't worry
North
about
Korea even have internet?
All right. Well, apparently they have 4 access points because someone knocked them all off the grid.
By kicking over a server underneath a desk?
Right.
They push the red button on the power strip.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then sure enough, it got released online. But we've been saying since day one that, okay, this was far more likely to be an inside job.
Somebody was pissed off
They
in
just
IT.
went through a big old layoff back in, February of 2014 where, a large number of their admins. And what's hilarious is that so now there's a security firm out there that basically has pinpointed exactly who they think it is that did it, or that enabled it.
Was it you, Dave?
Dude, I never worked for Sony.
Oh.
What I don't understand, though, is this is like people are saying that this is an FBI mess up. It's like, this is like detective work 101. Like if the wife gets killed, the first person they look at is the husband.
Right.
And they dismiss him either right off the bat or he's suspect
yes
number
or no.
one.
Yeah.
Right. The FBI is like, okay, you just laid off a legion of people from IT. Why wouldn't they look at them first?
Well, it wasn't just. I mean, it was, there's a 9-month gap there.
Occam's razor right there.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, there's a 9-month gap there. I mean, the layoffs were in February. The hack happened in November. But, I mean, it's, but still,
Took a little while to get there.
Right. Well, but, what's dumb is now you've got, we're announcing new sanctions against, North Korea. And
That's wag the dog.
Why? Because we know they didn't.
No.
Everyone,
nothing to do with it.
You know they didn't do it. We know they didn't do it.
And what is sanctions going to do to North Korea anyways? All the people over there are starving, unfortunately, already.
It'll drop them down to 3 internet access points. Is what it'll do.
What I don't.
Hey, they don't have electricity. Let's turn their power off.
Right.
Yeah. What I don't understand is everybody's like, this is an act of war. Obama's making a speech on it. This is not an American company. Sony Pictures is a subsidiary of a Japanese corporation.
Right.
Why are we getting involved in this? We should be spending $0 on this.
Thank you.
If Japan wants to sanction North Korea, let them, please.
I think they already do.
But yeah, I mean, we all do, don't we? But this is not our problem.
There's probably some back trail there of how much debt we have to someone, and that's why we have to get involved because
That's it. I'm not going to be vacationing in North Korea this summer. I'm stopping that.
You're canceling your
trip.
Canceling. I'm not with Dennis Rodman. You're not going to go this year.
I don't know who it was, but somebody wants to airlift a bunch of copies of the movie into North Korea by balloon.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this?
That'd be
I read this on.
Let's kill them with boredom.
Exactly.
Well, that's the worst part about the entire thing.
You guys are so upset about this movie. Look how dumb it is.
Yeah,
have it.
Here you go. You don't have technology, and we do, and this is all we came up with was this crap.
I would love to fly a balloon with like a bunch of VHS tapes.
Tom, that reminds me of, and we'll end the segment on this. There's a propeller head was speaking at a Cisco conference, and he goes, He goes, what could you tell someone from the 1950s of what we have today? He goes, in our pockets, we hold the key to all of the world's information at our fingertips, right? And access to communicate with anyone on the planet. And all we use it for is to take pictures of cats and to argue with strangers.
Yeah, that's right.
Welcome to technology.
That's the internet.
That's the internet.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So, hey, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with Tom Nardone. This is the IT and the D Show.
We'll be right back.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D Show.
The IT in the D Show is brought to you in part by Logicalis. Logicalis is an international IT solutions and managed services provider with expertise in communications and collaboration, data center, and cloud services. Employing nearly 3,700 people worldwide with more than 20 offices in the U.S., including 2 in Metro Detroit. Find out more at us.logicalis.com.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
IT in the D presents Real Detroit Heroes.
Real Detroit Heroes.
Today we salute you, Mr. Suburbanite cutting grass in the city guy.
Mr. Suburbanite cutting grass in the city guy.
You gather your friends from the outer limits of suburbia, load your John Deere riding mowers into the trailers, and head down to Detroit just to cut grass.
It's my turn to weed whip.
And as you ride around in vacant fields leaving piles of freshly slashed grass behind you, you give a thumbs up to your buddy as he passes, because you're doing great things.
he forgot the edge.
Most people are content to mow grass and keep things looking good because it's something they're supposed to do. But you know your level of dedication requires a little something extra.
Gotta write a press release.
And so you cut, and you cut, and you cut your way into the hearts of everyone in the area because you know you and your buddies are single-handedly saving the city.
We'll start when the cameras get here.
So here's to you, Mr. Suburbanite cutting grass in the city guy. Hop on that riding mower and head off into the sunset because you deserve all the pats on the back that you're giving yourself.
Real Detroit heroes.
IT in the D.
hilarious.
Networking Detroit, one beer at a time.
You're still staying here, Tom?
Yeah, I loved it. That was hilarious.
Proving that if you get mocked on the air while you're here, you don't walk out.
No, that was funny. I mean, that is funny. Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our first celebrity guest is we have Tom Nardone in the house. You probably heard him in segment 1. Founder of Priveco. One of the leaders of the Mower Gang, which that last...
I'm not one of the leaders. I'm the gang
You're the
leader.
guy.
He forgot his weed with.
And we sat here the whole time
Someone just wrote a song about me. Even if it's bad. No one ever wrote a song about Bob Waldenspiel.
No.
Oh, hit the bell for that.
They did. It was Don't Want No Short Dick Man. Early 90s.
I thought it was Fat Guy in a Little Coat.
What was that? Hey, fat boy.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, this whole time we've been warning Tom, like, Tom, we wrote a Real Detroit Heroes about you.
Are you sure you want to come on the air?
You're not going to leave the studio.
We actually locked the door.
No, I'm dying. I want that. I'm posting that one.
It's out there.
That's going right there on the Mower Gang Facebook page.
Outstanding.
So let's start. I wanted to lead this off by going, hey, you go from being on the Conan O'Brien show to this show. It's like, look at me, I'm on top of the world, right?
Like this, yeah.
I mean, this is kind of the next gradual step, right? Going,
Sure.
Conan, then
SNL, Matthew McConaughey parodied him. Sometimes you got to take a step back, like from doing an Oscar-winning movie to Lincoln Park
to roll in a booger.
All right.
Yeah, I like coming in on these things. This is fun. I mean, what would I be doing at home? I don't have showtime, so I wouldn't have anything to watch, right? I don't have showtime, so I don't have anything to watch at home.
Right.
So I might as well come down here and have a beer with you guys.
No, but we traced back to how we knew each other. We've known each other for close to 15 years now.
Yeah, I've been in business a little over 16 years, so I'd say it's been over 15 years.
Yeah, and what you started with shoppingprivate.com was your first kind of. So, what was the goal or what was the purpose of that?
Well, I used to write business plans for Ford Motor Company, so I didn't just fall off a turnip truck, So on the internet,
saying turnip business is bad.
Yeah, but not saying turnip trucks aren't great places, but they probably aren't very nice. And so the internet was really new back then. Only the nerdiest of the nerds were on it, and I was one of them. And at the time, people were doing things online like having chat room love affairs because there's no pictures of anyone,
right?
And pretending they're women when they weren't. Not that I had that happen to me or anything.
Is it just me?
But when you meet someone at a train station, you expect them to look like they describe themselves.
Right. People lie on the internet?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
Tom sounds a lot like Norm Macdonald.
Yeah,
he does. He does.
People have told
me.
People have told me this before on radio. They say you sound like Norm Macdonald.
Next time we'll just say Norm Macdonald's here.
Yeah, let's leave with that next time.
I'll tell some great jokes. I love Norm Macdonald. First of all,
he's great.
He's hilarious.
As Turd Ferguson.
Right.
Norm Macdonald
nice.
That's right.
So turnip truck.
Yeah, so then I came up with this idea that people would buy things online if you made it private for them. They'd buy things that they couldn't buy in public, like hemorrhoid cream, condoms, stuff like that. So I started an online drugstore called Shop in Private.
Well, it's kind of like every time you have to buy condoms that, you have to buy like 37 other things and kind of put them in between.
Exactly.
I'm a
like the Playboy in the brown paper bag.
Yeah.
I'm a 40-year-old man and I have to buy chips and like toothpaste, and, like mints, and then I put them in the middle because I don't want the old lady behind me. Like, whether I should be just going, yes, I am.
Yeah. Or your wife sends you out for maxi pads or tampons.
That doesn't.
That'll be $7.50, sir. Here's a 20. Keep the change.
Here's a 20. I'm already gone.
Price check on
Actually, I don't even talk because they'll be like, some guy just bought maxi pads and he sounded like Norm Macdonald. But,
so how'd you get it off the ground though? Because I mean, a lot of people started e-commerce sites, and it just
this was really early. I mean, I just read some article about like what web shopping cart to use. At the time, it was this company called ViaWeb, which then got acquired by Yahoo, and worked out all right. They did a lot of development that kept us afloat.
Early days of the internet where nobody knew what they were doing, but hey, if you acted confident, people trusted you.
Yeah, I made the website in like 3 months of at night work, and I wasn't an IT guy. I was a mechanical engineer, and then I took a week off of work at Ford, and I had 2 phone lines because I was balling.
Ooh.
One for internet, one for talking,
A whole ISDN line for yourself?
Yeah, no, telephone.
Ooh.
Yeah, this was 56K.
Real catch-a-petty?
A dedicated 64K line?
And I...
Nothing but the best.
You must be rich.
Do you remember this technology when your modem could be used to fax people?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I bought a list of all the college newspapers in the country because I figured college students were in like a campus environment. They definitely didn't want to buy condoms because one of their
they're into buying
sisters
things anonymously.
Yeah.
Jimmy bought an enema kit.
Exactly. Billy's constipated. So I set my computer overnight to fax this press release out about this new service, and a bunch of magazines picked it up, and we ended up in like the Wall Street Journal, and Jay Leno did a joke. Do you want to hear this?
Absolutely.
He's like, hey, there's this new... How's that? Is that good?
Perfect.
Norm Macdonald as Jay Leno.
Exactly.
That's very meta.
There's this new online website where you can buy things that are embarrassing in the store. I went on there, and Kenny G CDs were half off. And then
now it's Nickelback.
Yeah. So then I had to, really, Avril Lavigne.
You should sell Nickelback CDs.
We for a while we were selling. We had a on shopandprivate.com. We had this category called
cheap
guilty pleasures. Yeah, you like that? I always say the .com too.
He's here as a guest. How is it a cheap plug?
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
We'll get to the plugs he sells later.
Hit the bell.
And for a while we were selling Journey's greatest hits and
awesome,
and Dirty Dancing on DVD because that's some guilty pleasure right there.
That is.
And Jerry Springer's, the best of Jerry Springer's show.
There's nothing wrong with Roadhouse and Dirty Dancing back to back.
Yeah,
nothing wrong.
But anyway, so then I had to quit my job and I became a full-time internet retail specialist, I guess. And I met you at, there used to be this thing called First Tuesdays, which was the first Tuesday of every month. They got people who were interested in, it wasn't IT, it was just internet-related stuff.
Yeah, I think this was pre-DetroitNet, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was pre-DetroitNet.
Yeah.
And I remember the first one had like 12 people, and then the internet became like anything E or I became, and at one point there was like 1,000 people at this thing. So it's crazy. Yeah.
But it's funny though, like all the people that got into this business or started it, they're gone, and you're thriving, you're killing it.
I don't know if we're thriving, but we're definitely doing well.
Yeah. Well, you just got into, I mean, if you don't want to jump forward, like you started like a good stockholder, right? You're diversifying. So
let me quickly tell the progression. We started selling embarrassing drugstore items on Shop and Private. And then we have a search box on the website, and then people would search for the weird things. But everyone was searching for like vibrators. So we started.
And you're tracking all of this,
of course. Yeah, because we didn't know. We just had the world's most private store. Then we were like, "What do you want to buy?"
Yeah.
And we only started with 49 items, so very quickly we had to add things. And I was operating
on warehouse.
Yeah, it's a fun place. It really is. It's up in Troy, so I'm not in the D. But I'm close.
Hazel Park, that was close. That was your first one.
Hazel Park was close. Livonia, we were in Livonia at one point. And Ferndale. But Ferndale's not even close to the D.
You can see
You can see it from the window, though.
Like if I were in Ferndale, I wouldn't even call myself in the D.
Why would you? Why would you? Cheap shot.
I'm just joking with the guys because they told me that.
Was that a virtual slap? I think that was a virtual slap.
Pre-slap.
That was a pre-slap.
Yeah. No, we deserve it after the commercial.
Yeah, we'll give you that free one.
All right, sorry.
Anyways,
so then I hired a warehouse manager that had worked at a novelty company, like adult novelties and lotions and potions, and we had a great Valentine's Day. We had this fantastic Valentine's Day, and then March 1st hit, and all the adult product sales just tanked. And I was like, Pam, what do they sell over at this other company in the springtime? And she said, well, they sell bachelorette party merchandise. I said, okay, so bachelorette party merchandise didn't work on Shop and Private, but we started bachelorette.com, and now we're the largest retailer of bachelorette party merchandise in the world.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then
isn't that basically the same items? I'm confused.
Yeah, one's like a piñata, and like penis piñatas, and the other stuff is like penis cream.
Why isn't that cut on for bachelor parties where like you wear a necklace of like rubber vaginas? Like that should be a thing.
Oh, I got to tell you, I cannot.
Really?
There is the equivalent domain name Bachelor.com.
Right.
Every couple of years, I've owned Bachelorette.com for like 14 years. Every 2 years or so, that damn domain name goes up for sale, and they always call me first. And I'm like, I get the same answer every time. They're like, "Oh, I have Bachelor.com. Wouldn't you want to buy it for $100,000?" And I'm like,
No.
This is how it goes.
Call ABC.
Yeah, it's like, listen, buddy. When a woman plans a bachelorette party, she buys plates, napkins, piñatas, paper invitations, balloons, drinking straws.
Yeah.
When I go to a bachelor party, I bring a six-pack and I buy a lap dance, and neither one of those things is available online.
Point taken.
Legally.
Yeah. So anyway, so then eventually my company purchased acquired Vibrators.com. So that's
how in the hell did you get that domain?
It cost $1 million.
No.
Did it really?
$1.000 million.
$1 million.
$1 million.
Wow.
Now, was that through a broker? Was that something that you spotted out? Somebody had that, or was
so a person had? He was the original registrar of it. He's a very intelligent guy. He had registered like 100 premium domain names. He owned like land.com.
back in the Wild West when people were there was like the land grab and people were grabbing single word domains?
Yeah, he was really early. And we partnered with him for a while. We ran his website because he didn't want any legal trouble. His family had been in the industrial vibratory equipment business, these large shaker things that shake like nuts and bolts and get the burrs off of them. And he was there.
Yeah, we'll go with that story.
Yeah. So then they owned this company, and then for a while it pointed the domain.
Is that the clean version of the story?
No, I don't sell that stuff. But for a while, the domain name Vibrators.com pointed to this family business that sold industrial vibratory equipment.
They probably got a lot of inappropriate traffic.
Exactly, and he wanted nothing to do with it. So we partnered with him and said, we'll operate your website for a cut, and since we're one of the...
You just wanted to make sure you were going to get a fair shake out of it?
Yeah, good one. Yeah, and when you have a name like that, there's a lot of buzz behind it. So we basically...
Why isn't this episode 69?
Yeah. So we're one of the more professional retailers of the things we sell. Certainly, we're the most private and definitely one of the most
Did you say you're the third largest adult toy e-tailers or something like that? Did I read that
we're
wrong?
Probably in the top 10, though.
But still, that's insane.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Considering all the major companies, you know what I mean? Not saying you're not a major company, but you know what I mean? The huge national brands.
Every 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm watching a South Park episode, and there's another
Eve.
commercial for Adam and Eve. Yeah.
They're the biggest, Adam and Eve.
So how much of your day is like figuring out what stock to actually keep around? Like you're keeping track of all these certs. Like, oh my God, we don't have that in stock. What are they asking for?
No, there's there's
so like now, do you carry shake weights? Because
kind of where I was going with this. It's like as seen on TV at 3 o'clock in the morning.
We have a device that looks like a shake weight that is called Not Seen on TV. So there's one of those, yeah.
I wouldn't call it the Nazi on TV.
They bought me for my 40th birthday. I got a shake weight as a present. My then
to work the other arm, so they equal out.
Oh, exactly. Because my one arm looks like Popeye. My other arm is like looks like Gilligan. My then 8-year-old daughter grabs it out of the closet and says, "Daddy, look!" And I go, "Put it down!" of all that's good and holy, please, God, put it down. What an evil product that was. Dave, don't go look for the Darth Vader. I think it's too late.
Yeah. I think we kind of covered that.
Yeah. So then, so we acquired those businesses, and they've done well for us. I think we do the other thing is it's good to have a business that does well, but it's also good to know like the strategy you set forward, which is I don't know if I didn't say this, but my company, unlike any other company in our business, we don't email anyone ever. There's no mailing list. There's no opt-out of the mailing list because there is no mailing list to begin with.
You don't send out a promotional
Never.
Mailer?
Not a thing. So and
that's the whole point. You're a ghost, right?
No, yeah, it's Priveco. It's the world's most
Well, he's the
private-
middleman, right? Just like for adult site.
No, in his box,
They're
though,
just
it
taking
ships
care
to
of
the
the
house. It
transaction.
just says giant dildo, all the dildo. Look at, you know.
Yeah, no, that's the box I send you of like old toys for your kids.
Well, it's like the Amazon box. It's got the subliminal smile on the bottom of it.
Right. Much dildo.
None of that. So when you focus on that one thing and people respond to it, I mean, for 16 years,
Wow.
we're almost to 1 million orders at this point. That's nice to see.
I was gonna
a lot of pleasure.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm like all of us that know you were scared to order from it because I don't want you to know that I have
That's
the
right.
big gym. You know,
I
like
always tell people.
Well, there's actually a big red light that goes off in his office if it's you.
Bob just ordered the big gym. What?
I always tell people that every person I meet is a customer I lose.
Right.
You know, like other people at the dinner party, like trying to get more business. You know, like I do this, I sell insurance, I do this.
Dave, order this for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, there's the business model to be the proxy shopper on Tom's website.
Well, they have. Well, there are personal shoppers out there. Why not have a personal shopper for?
That should be on your business card. Honestly, every person I meet is a customer I lose. That's absolutely freaking hilarious.
That is brilliant. Quick, write that down.
He's got all these pent up one liners because he hasn't been on the. When's the last time you've been like? Yeah, I'd say the last time you've been on what you do the pumpkin, not to segue out of your business, but that's how you got on like the late night talk shows was the pumpkin carving stuff.
Yeah, I'm
How the
saying
hell did
most
you do
things-
that? Let's hit that real quick before we.
I don't know. The listeners probably have no context, so I am
Pumpkin
one of
carving?
the most.
Yeah.
I'm one of the most.
We don't have
famous,
any context in the room.
I'm one of the world's most famous pumpkin carvers.
Really?
Yeah. If you've ever seen the puking pumpkin,
Yeah.
I invented that. Now you're
Is
looking
that like
at me-
is that like a trademark?
No, but I'm the first. So I invented the puking pumpkin.
I
and
did
a
that
number
for
of
3
other,
years in my
like,
house.
Stupid pumpkin ideas. Well, actually, my shtick is I make easy to carve jack o' lanterns that are silly looking. Like,
So
ever see-
you come up with like patterns that people can download or something.
Usually,
like
it's not even a pattern. It's so.
I'm
simple
noticing
you
that there's
can
a
see it
jack
once.
involved in every line of business.
Yeah, and so I started doing this. Oh yeah. when I lived in Ferndale, I used to live in Ferndale, and that's a big trick or treating neighborhood because everyone comes up from the city.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any decorations. I would just carve a bunch of jack o' lanterns with power tools. And pretty soon the TV stations were coming out to watch me do it, and then I got a
Really?
big deal. And then I have a website. The website's called Extreme Pumpkins, and I
Do you have like an Amazon bestseller?
Yeah, nationwide bestseller.
Yeah.
Like I sold the first year. I sold like 50,000 books.
So a couple years ago,
Then they bought a second book and a third book, and I have a publicist, and I travel around doing appearances on.
So tell me if this is your idea or something that you've already done. A couple years ago, I came across a picture of a white pumpkin carved as a skeleton, placed inside of a bigger pumpkin, split open, looking like it was the skeleton of the pumpkin.
Yeah, I've seen that. That was not my idea. My ideas are usually like
Because that's freaking cool.
Yeah. My idea is the one with the plastic gun on the side, and then there's a bunch of cauliflower blown out the other side. You know, like it committed a.
Did you
that's good for the kids, right?
Did you just do a Guinness thing this year?
Yeah, so this year I got paid by Walmart Corporation
Really?
to set 4 Guinness World Records out in Nebraska. So this is the type of things I do. It's a fun life.
You're a weird dude.
Wow,
Yeah.
man. That's
So you get the records out?
Like world record
Yeah,
for
all
what?
4. I carved the fastest pumpkin, 11.25 seconds.
with what, a sawzall?
No, you have to use a hand tool for that one.
And so you put what, a Nike swoosh on it?
No, you have to put yeah, right.
Well, it's just a symbol of pie, and it's pumpkin pie.
Yeah. No bell for that one. No bell for this rules. Like you have to do eyes, nose, mouth, and ears for that one. And then I carved the most pumpkins in an hour. Then I carved the fastest to carve a ton of pumpkins. That one I blew the record away. The prior record was like 4 hours, and I did it in 46 minutes.
You get the slow.
So this is a pumpkin carving equivalent of like the ice sculptors for like the Winterfest things that are going on.
I'm
this
a
time
total
of year.
hack, actually. I just make it look fun. Yeah,
that's 90% of it, though. So
yeah.
You're getting paid to do it, though, right?
Yeah, well, that was good. Yeah, that's good. It's fun too. It's fun to fly around the country with a bag full of power tools and just go carve some pumpkins. It's funny.
Could be worse. Could be selling computer crap like me. At least you're having fun.
Yeah, now I sell bulletproof vests, so I know that.
So we're going to get to that in the third segment. Good segue. This is we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with Tom talking about his new Kickstarter campaign and a couple other businesses he started. This is the IT and the D Show.
And we will be right back.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT and the D Show.
A word from Quantum, a storage company with a different approach. Quantum offers industry-leading backup and DR solutions with products that integrate innovative deduplication, replication, and cloud technologies. Our archive solutions help you retain data longer and keep it accessible, leveraging technologies like direct object storage, intelligent tiering, and LTO. Quantum Scale-Out Storage is designed to accelerate complex information workflow. Powered by StoreNext 5, it is the industry's fastest streaming files system. Visit www.quantum.com for more information.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.
All right, welcome back. This is segment 3, episode 73 of the IT in the D Show. This is Bob the Sales Guy here with Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason. We're sitting here in the Raw Radio X studios, the Russell Industrial Center, beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. Find us online, itinthed.com, Twitter, hashtag IT in the D. Tonight's show is sponsored. We forgot this one by Logicalis.
We've played their drums.
They've been advertised.
And as always, we are drinking delicious Falling Down beer. Find them at Tennant & Quinder, Falling Down Beer Company. Good beer.com.
They were originally going to call it crashing your car, but they figured falling down would be better.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you actually can't get to your car.
So we had a bunch of stuff going on the break. I wish we could have taped some because obviously some of our better conversations happened during the break.
Always.
But we were talking about The Godfather, about how I didn't see it and I had to see it and you guys mocked me incessantly. I got to drop another bomb.
Go for it. What do you got for us?
For the first time in my life, from minute 1 to the end of the movie, I finally saw Beverly Hills Cop for the first time.
What?
This weekend.
What?
Yeah, I'm just waiting. Just looking at Dave. I wish I could take a picture of Dave's face right now. I never sat through the movie. Like I don't know.
Wait. Have you seen like bits and parts of it?
Yeah. I seen like 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there. I never sat through the whole movie.
Shut up, Mimsy! Shut up, Mimsy!
And you know,
shut up, Mimsy!
Because of I don't know. I don't know. I thought of it too because like when you played
How did you survive the 80s?
You played Axel Foley last. No, I saw Your Hunter of the Future like 7,300 times, but I never saw.
He's got the Beastmaster committed to memory.
Right. No, totally. No, because
what are you, a racist?
You played Axel Foley. I like Judge Reinhold. But you played Axel Foley last week, and it was on right at the beginning, and I caught it, so I sat and watched it, and I go, and I'm sitting there, I'm looking at my wife, and I go, I don't think I've ever seen this from front to back because I don't remember a lot of these parts.
No, wait. Now, has Bo seen it before?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. No, she's not seen. She didn't have cable.
Like
she never saw nothing. Yeah,
right.
Like videos. I remember one time it was music video day at the bar, and like she didn't say 2 words to me for 3 hours. She just like sat and stared because it was 80s music videos.
It was all new to her.
And I'm looking at her like, "What the hell are you watching?" She goes, "I've never seen these videos because we never had cable." I go, "Oh my god!" Like watch away. I'll talk to other people.
So it's like every other party the two of you were at.
You're right. Exactly. I never. Yeah.
Well, Dave was like, you always said, well, you and Anita, like when you guys get married, it's like, honey, I have to sit you down. I have to have you watch this movie and then watch this movie.
I
and then
gave
watch
her a
this
list of required viewing before we could get married. Let's be absolutely clear. At the time, it was the 5 Star Wars, because she slept through the 80s.
Right.
And there was the 5 Star Wars movies that were at the time. She had to watch those. Basically, every John Hughes film, she had to watch those. Yeah, I'm like, look, if this is going to work at all, like 90% of my material.
If we're going to be able to communicate
right.
at all,
90% of my material in every conversation I have comes from those two sources. Go.
Oh, there isn't a day that goes by that we're watching like weird science or like one movie like that, and Bo looks at me and goes, "Jesus Christ, that's where that came from." You know, like she's like, "I hate you." Like you've been saying this line for years, and I never knew where it came from. Like,
I thought you made that up.
Yeah. So since we've been calling, so we got Tom Nardone here. Since we've been talking to you, saying you were Norm Macdonald, you were saying you're writing jokes, and I said, "Well, wait till you were going to tell a joke during the break." I said, "No, wait till we get on the air."
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, we do write jokes at work. In fact, there's a woman that works for me. Her name's Lynn, and she's absolutely hilarious.
Just for inner just for like inner laughter? Or
no, she writes on Shop and Private a lot of the things we don't take seriously.
Yeah.
Like if it's a product that is serious, it's like, I don't know, vaginal weights for people who like pee when they sneeze. That's going to get treated seriously. Yeah. But if there's some product that's like supposed to make your penis enlarged and it won't work, then we're going to be real honest and funny about it because there's no reason to lie to people to sell $9.95.
I'm still hooked on vaginal weights. Pee when you sneeze, like it's like Cousin Eddie when he every time he turns on the microwave he forgets who he is for half an hour and pisses himself.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm
like weights. I'm like, how does that work?
There's a lot of women who are listening to the show. Well, if there are any women listening to this show, they'll know. If they've had children, they'll know what we're talking about. But so anyway, if something is not so serious, we're not serious about it.
Sure.
So, so we write a lot of jokes. But I heard this joke the other day, and I think it's funny. It's inappropriate, sure, but it's funny.
It's a third segment. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
we're not regulated by the FCC.
So a woman is at the funeral home. And she's talking to the mortician, and she says, I know my husband is wearing a blue suit, but he always wanted a nice black suit. And he would never spend the money on himself. So here's a blank check. If you could get him a black suit, I would really appreciate it. And then he can live for all eternity in a suit he would have liked. So the mortician says, okay. Weird requests come in, so he figured to do it. Well, later the same day, a woman comes in, and her husband's in a black suit. And she says, my husband always looked better in blue. Seems like a more heavenly color. Here's a blank check. Could you get him a blue suit? And that he could live for all eternity in a blue suit. So at the funeral of the first man, the showing, the wife comes by and the mortician says, here's your check back. And she says, why didn't you need any money? He's in a black suit. And he says, another woman came in and her husband was in a black suit and she wanted a blue suit. So all I did was switch the heads.
It's
so bad we're laughing.
We talked about joke writing in the break, and this is why you're laughing, because that joke was a boring story until the last word.
Yeah,
all I had to do was switch the heads.
Yeah. No, it's something I never heard. That's why, the first time, like, I took my kids to go see Dumb and Dumber 2 before they saw Dumb and Dumber.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said, I go, Dumb and Dumber, the first one's way funnier. And they go, well, Daddy, in the movies, you couldn't stop belly laughing. At home, when you watch Dumb and Dumber, you didn't laugh at all. I go, you don't understand. Yeah, I've seen Dumb and Dumber like 40 times, you know. I go, the new jokes, I laugh at, the old ones.
It's the unexpected.
Yeah. So, bad segue.
Terrible.
You are... you got a Kickstarter going on right now, and when I saw you doing this, I'm like, man, you're going kind of 180 on what you usually did, but you got into the bulletproof industry where you kind of got into vests. Now you're making these?
Well, a long time ago, I worked for a helicopter company as a test engineer, and I did ballistics testing. So I had this, weird sort of career going, and at the time they were making the fuel tank liners out of Kevlar, and they switched to something called high density polyethylene. And so when they switched to this polyethylene, they saved 70% of the cost of the tanks. So the cost, they 70% off.
Okay.
And over the years, bulletproof vests have switched from Kevlar to polyethylene as well, and the price of bulletproof vests hasn't come down. They're still like $1,000. So I decided that it might be worth looking into to start a company that started making bulletproof vests that are affordable. And we looked at the market and found out.
Are those legal to buy, like, for me?
Yeah, anyone who's not a felon can buy a bulletproof vest.
Okay,
yeah,
which
so
makes sense.
Yeah. So one of the reasons why bulletproof vests are very expensive is
you would think if anybody needed a bulletproof vest,
it'd be a felon, right?
That's right. Or it would be the poor guy who has to go check his house to see if he owns one.
Right.
Yeah. So we looked into why they cost so much, and it really has nothing to do with the vest itself. It has to do with the federal government subsidizes police officers, gives them 50% back. So then they don't have to be real price conscious.
Right.
They also not spending their own money; they're spending city money, so they get really deluxe bulletproof vests. And they spend about $1,000 a vest. And what that did was...
Well, there are some things you should never, really cheap out
Skimp on, yeah.
Like condoms, meat...
Right,
bulletproof vest.
My grandpa always said food, booze, and toilet paper.
Yeah. My dad always told me never buy used tires or batteries.
Yeah, there you go.
But I guess we all had different things to think about. But what happened is these police departments priced out a number of people in the market by keeping the price very high. Security guards and other people couldn't afford the product. And those same companies won't introduce a lower price product,
right?
And screw the pooch
because they don't have to. Right?
Yeah. So we kind of came into the market the Henry Ford style. We make like one style of vest. It comes in 5 sizes off the racks. It's not custom made, and you can order any color you want. But we only ship you black ones,
right?
And it's called BulletSafe. It keeps you safe from bullets. We pass the same standards that everybody else's vests do. It'll stop a .44 Magnum. It weighs maybe about 4 to 5 ounces more than other bulletproof vests, so it's not particularly heavy or anything like that. And they're selling like hotcakes. They're $299.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so they're selling really well. That company's growing.
It's not like LASIK surgery where like $99. Like, no, I'll spend the extra.
Yeah. I get it. But since there's like a National Institute of Justice standard for these things, so it's not like you have to rely on one guy's word over the others. They all pass the same standard.
Okay.
And so that company's going really well, and we decided someone was asking us if we would make ballistic helmets, like SWAT helmets, and I thought, well, we're making vests that security guards are buying, and they probably won't buy you wouldn't want to walk into the bank and see some guy in a SWAT helmet. It would look ridiculous.
Yeah, wandering around the mall and, some Yahoo cop with 8 walkie-talkies on his belt, with a SWAT riot gear helmet.
Riot gear helmet. So we had this product idea for a bulletproof baseball cap, and it would have a bulletproof panel in the front.
If you want to see a picture of it, we actually just posted it on our Twitter.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm wearing a prototype right now. And we had the idea, and we looked into it, and we were kind of waffling on it, to be honest with you. It was a lot of investment to get the tooling. It's like a technology that requires its own tooling. And so we decided to do a Kickstarter. So people might know what that is, like a crowdfunding thing. So it's on there, and we set a goal where it wasn't what it was required in tooling, but it was enough that people would vote to say this is a good idea.
Right.
And we met the goal in 4 days.
Nice.
Wow. So we're already more than double the goal. We have 20-something days left, and it's getting a lot of press. It's called the BulletSafe. That's our brand, the BulletSafe Bulletproof Baseball Cap, and it's on Kickstarter right now.
It looks like any run of the...
Honestly, it does. It looks like a normal baseball cap.
It's very discreet. It's a nice baseball cap, too. We didn't cheap out and get one of those ones with the Velcro on the back or anything. It's a real
So it's a fitted cap.
Yeah, it's a flex fit.
But for all the bro cops, can you wear it backwards and it's still effective?
Protect your neck. Yeah, sure.
In case they shoot you
They
in the
just
back.
have to go like this all day. Yeah.
No, because I saw the video you made where you shot the punching bag or the guy.
Yeah, we had a prototype.
There was a dent in his head. So they've done tests on it. How much? Are you getting concussed when you get shot? Obviously, you're going to stay alive.
Yeah, there's a standard. The National Institute of Justice has a standard for this type of thing, and the punching bag didn't do too badly. He didn't really. A lot of people think there's a lot more energy in a bullet than there is, but there's equal and opposite reactions. The amount of kickback that you feel through the gun is the same amount of energy that's in that bullet. The problem is the bullet's small. So what bulletproof materials usually do is they dissipate that energy over a large area.
Right.
So when you get shot wearing this panel, which is going to be very hard and won't deflect much at all, you're going to get a bell ringer, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the amount of kinetic energy in a bullet is about twice that as in a slap shot, hockey slap shot.
Okay.
So
okay.
imagine getting hit with two hockey two hockey pucks at the same time while wearing a helmet, and that's what this would feel like. So it would hurt like
Okay, playing
Yeah.
goalie.
It won't
kill you, though.
Well, yeah, no, playing goalie, I've gotten
That would hurt,
bruised
right?
through pads and all that
Yeah.
stuff, and you walk away from it.
Yeah, but find me someone that's shot in the head with a 45 that's alive today. I don't think you could find that person. They
No.
don't get a headache. They
No.
just die.
Right.
Yeah, so that's where it sits. And is it the end-all, be-all for bulletproof things? No. It's really reasonably priced. You can buy it on Kickstarter for $99. When it comes out, it's going to be $129. It's comfortable, discreet. You can wear it every day, all day while you're on patrol. I think it's a really nice product.
I was gonna say for anyone, like I know a couple guys that are bounty hunters for Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
The cops, they go plain clothes, they wear punk rock T-shirts and low bag jeans.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that's discreet.
Yeah.
You look at it, and it looks like a
just a black
like
baseball
a
hat.
black baseball cap that you buy at Lids.
Mhm.
I mean, I could see this being a and you're filling a niche, man. There's nothing else like that out there, is there?
No, I mean, I think really sometimes all it takes, this is funny because we had a patent attorney do a patent search on this thing, and I thought for sure someone would have a patent on it, and he's like, nope. I was like, really? I just invented something by saying, let's put a bulletproof panel in a baseball cap, and
Right.
that counts as an invention? That's ridiculous.
I can't believe that it's actually possible. I mean, that's it blows me away.
That is a
No
material
pun intended.
science difference. There, over the last 5 years in the industry, there have been stronger and stronger polyethylenes, and they used to make rifle plates. Rifle bullets have usually 4 to 6 times the energy of a handgun round.
Yep. Sure.
So in order to stop them, you usually need hard armor. So you'd use steel or use ceramics. But over the past few years, they've been developing these polyethylene plates that will stop rifle rounds, and they're fairly lightweight.
Wow.
So what we're doing with this panel is it's that technology that's usually used for stopping rifle rounds in the chest, and it's used to stop handgun rounds, which are much lower energy, but the panel's much smaller in the head.
Wow.
So it's just kind of taking A and plus B plus C and putting it together.
See, the one time I had an invention idea, I did a patent search, and I got my heart ripped out of my chest. I wanted to invent a toilet with a number 1 flush and a number 2 flush.
Oh, yeah.
Long since done.
Yeah, I know. No, but this was 10 years ago. And I figured, I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be great. I'm going to save the water because I'm an environmentalist, and sure as
I wonder where you were sitting and thinking when you came up with this.
I was broken-hearted somewhere.
Yeah, broken-hearted. Yeah. You only needed the one when you thought you needed the two.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, so at least I could use less water.
Right. Exactly. Save the earth. So going through the Kickstarter campaign, once you get funded and ramped, how soon before people see product in their hands?
The Kickstarter campaign's promising November of this year.
Okay.
We're going to have we've already made some prototypes of it, and we already had the tooling prototype. So, but we have to go through testing and certification. We use a third-party lab to do all the testing. I don't just bring it out back and shoot it.
Go on Shark Tank, man. That'd be fun.
That'd be very cool.
The problem with Shark Tank is they take a chunk of your company just for going on the show.
They do not.
They sure do. Yeah.
Just for going. Wait. Who does? ABC?
The production company does. Yeah.
Mark Burnett's company takes a portion of the show, no matter what deal you strike with whatever shark.
Whether you accept their deal or not,
what a load of shit.
So wait. So even if you walk away without a deal from a shark, you still lose part of your equity.
No, because the way they look at it,
3.5%.
Because the way they look at it, you're getting free advertising.
Tons of it.
Oh yeah.
If they didn't do that, people like me would go on, because I looked into it thinking I could go on there and then just turn down all the deals because I don't need the money.
Right. Well, they got to police that somehow.
Yeah, so that's how they do it. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know.
Barrier entry.
Yeah.
3%'s a lot.
It's a good chunk. Well, especially since BulletSafe, even though we only started it 18 months ago, it's a fairly large company already. So I'll be giving away a lot of change.
Yikes. Wow.
But the one guy who did FUBU, FUBU Bulletproof Vest, that's a urban brand. That would be good. A lot of our customers, security guards, are generally urban. employees. You know, they're a largely African American population.
Give them a phone call.
FUBU thing.
What's his
Damon
name?
John.
Yeah, Damon John a call.
Damon John.
Yep.
Why? I don't need him anymore.
Yeah, you're on the IT and the D show. What are you doing for?
Exactly. Here I am. Right.
So wait, does that mean we're getting a 3% cut?
Yeah. No.
We'll have Rodney do the advertising.
Yeah.
Buy a hat like this, I bet you get a free bowl of soup.
That's right. That's the promotion I should
Do you get a free bowl of soup?
You do not. No bowl of soup.
You know, I bought Judge Smale's hat.
Yeah, but if you throw a bowl of soup at him, he'll be fine.
No, you know, here's the funny part. They sold Judge Smale's hat on some like novelty shop, and I had to have it.
Oh, of course.
To hang in my basement.
Yeah.
And it comes with a free bowl of soup. I'm like, whatever. Sure as shit, when I get the hat, it's got a pack of Lipton cup of
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That is so awesome.
That's right. That's good.
Know your demographic.
Exactly.
We've been thinking of like Kickstarter. When you reach your goal, you're supposed to offer like some stretch goal. Like, okay, we have like $8,000 in bulletproof hats sold. So we're supposed to say something like, if we get to 15,000, everybody who pledged is supposed to get something. I can't think of anything good.
Free bowl of soup.
There you go.
Free bowl of soup. Nice hat.
Once again, we're writing another business plan.
They got to do it like that. Free bowl. It comes with a free bowl of soup. Looks good on you.
That should be your tagline for the website. Looks good on you.
Yeah, it looks good on you, though. Yeah. I just realized it's 10:30 at night. Not by looking at my watch, but these ideas sound good.
That's usually how it happens on this show.
Yeah, a guy walks up to a security guard, pulls a gun on him, and he's wearing one of that. He goes, "Hey, but it looks good on you, though." Right?
That's your commercial.
Yeah, exactly. I'll work on that one.
You can do this Judge Smale stripe. Now, are you going to do? Now, here you go. Licensing, MLB.
Well, on the Kickstarter
John
program,
Deere,
Of course. I mean, I'm talking future plans.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. Like, we didn't know.
NRA.
Yeah.
Browning. I mean, come on.
Well, the Kickstarter program, I'm really interested in this because on the Kickstarter program, if you pay $150, we will try to customize your hat. Like, you can choose a custom color. You can choose. choose.
I want an IT&D logo.
Yeah, you could do that. So about I think 6 people have purchased that, paid the extra $50, and I'm real interested in finding out later on like what they want. Are they going to ship us a hat, their favorite baseball cap, and say, "Can you put a panel in this?" Or
right.
Are they going to ask?
Can retrofit something that already exists?
Old English D, man.
Are they going to ask for bright orange for hunting, or are they going to?
Right.
Desert tan because they're tactical.
Yeah, hook up with like Field and Stream or Bass Pro or something.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Things got legs, man.
Yeah, got legs.
So, where's the Kickstarter at? Where do you find BulletSafe cap?
Yeah, BulletSafe. Yeah, bulletproof baseball cap. Any of the good terms. You know me, I'm an internet guy.
Yeah,
I got all the terms.
You got them SEO terms out there. You got the consuming going on.
Hat, bulletproof cap, baseball cap, baseball
lid.
hat. Lid. Yeah.
That's right. SEO specialist walks into a bar /pub /
nightclub /
orders a drink / cocktail.
Gets blacklisted by Google, Bing, Yahoo.
This is the fastest 2 hours of the internet. We're going to take a quick break. Come back, segment 4. This is the IT and the D show.
We will be right back.
That was a half-hour-long plug.
Live from the Raw Radio X studios in downtown Detroit, this is the IT in the D show. This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D show.
IT in the D presents Real Detroit Heroes.
Real Detroit heroes.
Today we salute you, Mr. Yelp Review Extremist.
Mr. Yelp Review Extremist.
You watch every episode of Chopped and have Anthony Bourdain as your phone's wallpaper, so you, obviously, are a professional food critic.
What's the latest catchphrase?
Your reviews on Yelp aren't written for the commoners. No, they're written for the people who truly appreciate fine dining experiences at the corner Coney Island at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday.
Why don't they have sushi?
And so even though the place was clean, the food was exactly what you ordered. It got to your table quickly. You had to wait 18 seconds for your water glass to be refilled, and that's just not acceptable.
Gotta be a 1-star.
If it's not being served to you by a mustache-sporting hipster in a wool cap inside a room full of photos of cities you couldn't name to save your life from behind a bar made of reclaimed wood, well, it's certainly not up to your standards.
I forgot to check in.
So here's to you, Mr. Yelp Review Extremist. Thanks to you, the rest of us have a checklist of places to go just to try the worst meatball sandwich that one guy on Yelp ever had in his life.
Real Detroit heroes.
IT in the D. Networking Detroit, one beer at a time.
It still makes me laugh. Welcome back. This is the IT in the D Show, episode 73, segment 4. This is Bob the Sales Guy, here with Dave the Geek, Jeff the Voice of Reason. We're sitting here in the Raw Radio X Studios in the Russell Industrial in beautiful Midtown Detroit, Michigan. Find us online, itandthed.com. Tonight we're sponsored by Logicalis.
Facebook.com/IT.
If you go on itandthed.com,
they're all there. They're all there.
So why the hell do I got
that Yelp review guy is destined to be a classic.
Well, and the reason why I played that was because they redid, like they just put out all the, the Yelp Elite thing for the year. So I
got my stupid wiener email. Yeah.
When are you going to nominate me to get that?
Do you want to be?
Yeah.
Well, start writing shit. You have like 2 reviews.
Whatever.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, start writing shit. So we have, in addition to Tom in studio with us, we have Ian, who is one of our favorite members from our group. Ian comes to all of our events. Ian is the reason that the guys behind MST3K follow us on Twitter.
Let me draw. I got to be honest with you, Ian. When when you came to the events, man, it was you tried really hard, to try to there's extroverts and there's introverts in this business, right? And you tirelessly came to our events and you tried, and it's apparent from us how much you've grown in networking.
It's noticed.
We're now
noticed.
We were watching the other day, and you're leaning in, you're confident, you're talking to everybody, and it was awesome to see it happen. And no, it really was. It's like we like to see that stuff because it's hard when you're a good IT guy and you're a little bit introverted, but getting out in a room full of 50 people, it's got to be
intimidating.
It's absolutely intimidating, and it's awesome to see us how much you've grown the last couple of years, hanging out with us, and we appreciate it. It's cool. Tell us what you've been coming out to the events. You tell us how you felt.
Yeah, what's your impression of the events?
I got a really good story. I came to these events because Dave came in, and I have a friend who kind of is a lot of like him. And I saw him at these events. I was like, I knew this would be a good event to come community build, because I have one of my friends that I know from another place is exactly like him, and
there's another Dave out there.
There's 2 Daves out there.
No,
yeah,
that's another story.
Is that a compliment? Yeah.
I don't know. I think that was a side swipe at you. Actually.
Might have been.
No, I mean like not another person named Dave, but just
gotcha.
Another person. That
Yeah.
Exactly like. I knew it was going to be a good culture to meet up with people.
Well, anytime you got a room full of guys that know IT and can talk code, it's a good group for you to be a part too, just because it's an easy conversation to start, right?
Yeah, you got the commonality right off the bat.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I'm surprised there's 2 Daves in the world, though.
Yeah, no, there can only be one. He's like Highlander.
So this other guy, is he in prison?
You can say that.
So what are you doing now during your day job? What's keeping you busy?
What's keeping me busy? What's not?
Nice. See?
Nice.
What's not keeping me busy? I have side jobs. I work at a place that sells. I work at a place that sells towels. I work at another place that
Towel World.
There's a white sale there.
That's racist.
I work at another place that and employment solutions that helps people find jobs. And
No, are you coding? Are you?
I am doing some coding. I do mostly database management.
Okay.
And MySQL, SQL Server, Microsoft Access, all those type of database programs.
Got it.
So, but like the one thing that you and I have talked about a lot is like you go to damn near every con that's in the area. Like we had talked about, YomaCon, and you grabbed Darshan, and you guys went off to that one. There's the one coming up in April, which is Media Fest, Digital something.
It's Midwest Media Expo.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes,
that's I want to say April 9th through 12th.
Right. And it's by the same folks that do YomaCon.
Yeah, they're by the same people that do YomaCon, the same higher ups that do YomaCon.
Yeah. What do you dress up as?
I'm.
Don't ask a question you don't want the answer to.
I'm probably going as the character from Dead Rising, Frank West.
That's fair. Okay, good.
Have the huge camera and just walking around talking to zombies as usual.
Yeah, because
as usual, right, Dave?
Right, yeah. Also, not too dissimilar from some of our events.
No,
that's the one thing we don't do. We go to all these stupid events too, but we never dress up.
No,
we for 10 years we've been talking about dressing up as Spaceballs, and we never do.
As soon as we get somebody to 3D print us the Spaceballs helmet, that'll happen.
Yeah, we'll see you when we're 50. It's never going to happen.
But who would you be on Spaceballs? I can't imagine.
Barf. Or Major Asshole, one of the two.
Dave will be Colonel Sanders.
Right.
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders?
Chicken. Yeah, we need Tulio to be Lone Star.
Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah. There was the bartender from Muldoon's dresses up as Barf every year behind the bar. We'll get her to be a Barf.
How does that work?
So girls can be Barf.
Yeah, asking a bartender you don't know to go to Comic-Con with you always works out well.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. So what, I guess here's the thing, like, we know what we go to these cons for, like, what brings you to them, and, like, what's the, I reached out to the folks about the thing in April, and hopefully we'll have them in here as guests as well. But, like, what do you look for in a con in the area that's worth? Because we've had you're just like me. You can't walk out of a con without dropping a couple $100. It just is what it is.
A couple hundred is an understatement.
Right? Yeah. But so, like, what do you look for when you're deciding which one you're going to go to and that kind of stuff?
Like, I look for the most part, I look for people who like to do MST3K, like a bridge series to popular shows like Dragon Ball Z Bridged, and other things like people who just want to hang out, play video games, make video games.
It's nice to
see
be
movies.
Yeah, it's nice to be with these kindred spirits. That's what you like about it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because there is. And we've seen it. We've been going to Comic-Con for
ever.
Yeah, and it is. The pre-parties, the after-parties, all that stuff. You always wind up seeing the exact same. Well, dude, I told you I shot you that picture that I found. I found the picture from when Dennis and I were hanging out 15 years
Oh, really?
ago.
You dug something up?
Dude, so I'm going through the archives.
That was funny watching you guys. You're like, oh my god. No, it's like a cat was dying somewhere down the alley because you guys were like at 7 octaves above.
Oh yeah, no, and then randomly, I was looking for something else, and I was going through because I'm going through my USB drive, and I'm trying to find
because
something
you don't
else
delete anything
ever. And I found a picture from when Dennis, before he was his current Wonder World Comics business, he was Men in Black Collectibles, and so I found a picture of him and like the guys that he was hanging out with, and we were in a club. Let's just leave it at that.
In the city.
And we were having fun. And yeah, we had
was one of you wearing a Princess Leia slave bikini outfit?
Well, one of the people in the photo was, but it wasn't one of us.
Oh, okay.
what gender was that person?
She was outstanding. And in fact, Laughably and Glow actually was in one of the movie's little featurettes that he had done. But no, I was and I'm like, holy crap! And so I shot it to him, and he was like, holy shit, there you go. and then he's like, but he's like, wait a minute,
the streams again.
Well, no, but then he's like, wait a minute, that was '99. That wasn't the year we were talking about because we were. And I'm like, oh my god, you're right. That was so yeah. No, but I mean that's the cool thing about it is you do see like some of the same people that show up all the time and the good kindred spirits and all that kind of stuff. It's a good thing.
We have press passes this year for Motor City. Maybe we can make you an honorary IT and the D Twitter master. His eyes just lit up like a Christmas tree.
Live tweeted as it's going on.
Live tweeted.
Yeah, we got to pull that one off.
That wouldn't be the worst idea.
No.
We can make that happen.
There was a con on Kickstarter recently.
That was Dennis's.
That was Dennis.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I threw like $5 at it just to get the updates.
Very cool.
He pulled out.
Yeah, they canceled it.
The venue that they were supposed to have it at. It's not a very manly thing to do. The venue,
it's the safe thing to do.
The venue sold.
Really?
Yeah, so they kind of.
So originally that con was supposed to happen in October, and it was supposed to be at the Adoba, and then the Adoba filed bankruptcy, and they were like, okay, yeah, not there. So then they pushed things back, and
it was supposed to be in May, right?
Well, no, it was originally October, and
no, and then they pushed it to May.
They pushed it to February.
Was that the La Quinta?
It was the Best Western.
Spanish for next to Denny's.
You've been saving that one for a while. No, it was the Best Western.
No context. I was going to say it.
Yeah, it was like 15 in Van Dyke, the one that's got like the water park in it, and the whole nine yards. And they just so 2 days before he pulled out of the Kickstarter, they announced that they weren't going to be affiliated with Best Western anymore, and they were reorging. And he was like, this is just obviously not meant to be. We're not going to try to force it. Sorry, everybody, because they've been doing these for a few years now, and people were really getting into it. Yeah. And when they made the announcement, people were like pissed.
Tom, that's where I got my most prized possession ever.
What's that?
It was a speed painting of Flash Gordon painted to the song Flash Gordon in front of Flash Gordon, signed by Flash Gordon.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of flash.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
I call that a quarter flash.
Yeah, no, it was. That's my most prized. If we ever have a fire in the house, like screw the wedding pictures, I'm going for that.
Right. Does it even look like Flash Gordon?
It does, actually. Yeah, the photo's fantastic.
Yeah. Good.
Or painting, I should say. Yeah, it's awesome.
And then David Prowse was there, who was played Darth Vader.
Oh yeah,
not the voice, but
yeah.
And his picture went for $250.
Because nobody knows who he is, and he's an arrogant.
Oh, he was a
cynical bastard.
Yeah,
That's because it wasn't his voice.
Real Darth Vader because he's mad at James Earl Jones
for doing the voice.
Yeah. It's like you have James Earl Jones' voice, then it's
Yeah. Is he like?
Have you ever heard?
I don't know what he sounds like. But in my head, I'm picturing he sounds like me. He's not really very Darth Vader.
No, yeah, it's terrible. I mean, there's actually a cut of Star Wars without James Earl Jones' voice.
Yeah, he just read it. Yeah, James Earl Jones did the voiceover after.
He actually thought, he was told that he was going to be the voice.
Oh,
yeah, it's bad.
It's bad.
Get Solo and bring the Wookiee to me.
Yeah.
I'm
your dad.
I'm your dad. I'm your dad, dude. That's what they did, like Spicoli as Vader. Joel suggesting you should consider Pizza the Hut.
You taste great, boss. Oh, me? Kiss my ass, Joel. Or else pizza is going to sit it out for you.
And then I can be Vinny.
I'm going to order. I would like to order 100 pizzas, please, and just glue them on me.
How is that different from any other Tuesday?
Exactly. Because I eat them, I don't wear them. I wear half of them on my shirt. But that's another.
It's not Little Caesars, is it?
Right. So, what else you got going on, Ian? Like, what? So there's the Media Expo coming up in April. Like, what else are you looking forward to out here in the area?
Not very much else.
This appearance on IT and the D.
That's right. Our event next Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying my jobs. I'm enjoying being with you guys right now.
Cool. Very cool.
We're happy you came out. Seriously, this is this is great.
Well, and there's one thing we didn't mention. We've actually got our first event of the year.
Oh my God, we forgot about that.
It's next Thursday. Yeah, thankfully it's not this Thursday.
Thursday.
Today's already January 5th. Oh my God, I work today. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's back to work for a lot of people.
It's like the money pit. Hey, your number came up. We work today.
That's a song you forgot. Back to life. Back to
I didn't forget it. I deliberately didn't use it.
It was like talking about like had one-on-one with my boss. Like, what do you got going on? I'm like, man, I'm trying to screw my head on. I'm still sleeping till 11, staying up till 3.
Oh yeah, dude, I was on conference calls and all day today, and it like the first 3, like up until the one that like ended at noon, it was just a whole bunch of how'd your holidays go, yada yada. It was like the same conversation.
Pointless.
And then so where'd we leave off with this? At the end of last year, did anybody go back and
like every business needs like just a throwaway day?
Oh, no, it's funny because today I got 4. Remember I told you I did that Prizo the 20th or the 19th or whatever, that Thursday 18th, and I got 3-4 phone calls today going, I need you to give me a synopsis like now. So like I told my boss, he's like, they've had 2 weeks to call you. Obviously, you would have picked up the phone if somebody,
Right.
And they go, now they need it like this minute. It's funny just how everyone forgets. And because everyone kind of pulls the plug.
Right.
But it's like, but then I need it. Like, come on. What are you doing?
You really need it right now?
They kind of did because they were leaving at 6 a.m. tomorrow to,
to go try to give you a presentation.
We got to close out the show with the dumbest thing going on right now.
Oh, hold on, guys. The next event is on the 15th, right?
It is on the 15th.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
At the Blackfin in Royal Oak.
Blackfin, back room, same bad time.
We got to get your ass out to one of these, Tom.
One of these.
Yes.
If I ever need a job, that's where I'm going.
That's where you need to be.
No, it's just network, man. IT.
Yeah.
It's just, build relationships.
Probably at least 3 people there that would buy a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, exactly.
or need one.
I'm hoping they're listening to this program right now. I'll log on to the website, actually.
That's right.
Yeah, so
Charles will be there. Charles will buy one.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Should buy 2.
But we can't go a show without doing an I Hate People
what you
segment.
got? What you got?
No, I don't have a rant.
Dave.
No,
is this
this
like
is
Festivus where you air your grievances?
No, this is a Bob and Dave rant. I think it's all of us. The stupid, the Facebook.
The stupid privacy policy
people
thing?
think they can write their own terms and conditions in their status update.
Oh my God!
So let me get this straight. You think for a second that you can write your own legal terms and conditions in your status update that Facebook has to comply with?
Even better, copy paste somebody else's terms and conditions.
You are off your effing rocker.
The best analogy that I've come up with for this is, okay, so you have your job. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to walk into your boss's office tomorrow, and I want you to write down on a piece of paper, I get 50 weeks of vacation a year. I get 3 times my salary. I get this, I get to work from home. You're buying me a company Ferrari. Slide that across the table to your boss and see how that works out for you.
Yeah. Since he saw it, he has to comply with it.
Right. That's about as effective as posting a message on Facebook that says Facebook has to adhere to your terms and conditions. That doesn't work that way!
And now it's even worse, like we were talking at the bar, where people are posting around saying, don't post the terms and conditions. Now it's meta. Now it's people saying don't post it when they're posting it anyway.
Someone on the IT and the D page on Facebook said, I saw it on the news, so it must have been true.
Stop. Just stop.
Stop talking.
Stop.
Shut up. Stop
Stop talking.
Shut up. Stop talking.
My reply to this.
In conclusion, if you believe in things you don't understand,
right,
superstition in the way.
Yeah.
My reply when she said I saw it on Channel 7 and said it was real, I said no. No. Reply. No.
You're banned for life.
I seriously don't, because it's not like this is the first time this has come up.
This is like the 7th time.
It's not the second.
How did it bubble up again?
Because it's a new year,
and
every new year.
You had New Year.
Some tard posted it somewhere, and it became a thing again. And
I've been posting internet kid meme
Facebook sucks
all day. That's all.
Well, it's like the thing in the the football chat room with the chick with the tattoo on her back that she passed out and woke up with a steaming pile of poop tattooed on her back and no, that never happened.
Wrong.
It's been
But I
floating
saw it
around
on the
for 4
internet,
years.
so it
no.
must be true.
Yeah, no.
You should go work for Snopes, Dave.
It's a husband and wife couple. People think that's the defining. No, that's garbage too.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're pretty good. But there's a few
good.
things in
But they're good for like my mom. Like my
Right.
mom posts things.
Yeah, my
that
father-in-law,
say,
like-
Mom, before you post things like that, go to this website, Snopes.com.
Right. Yeah, my father-in-law thinks that's more official than like Wikipedia or something. Not that that's like really official.
But yeah, before you forward me
They
another
have a
email.
specialty. Snopes has a specialty, and they do a pretty decent job of it.
Yeah.
There's a it defines though who your friends are. The ones that post that, and B, the ones that invite you to play Candy Crush Soda. It just I want to put them in a box.
Don't forget the ones that are selling some fabulous Smash Scatter right now, and they only have 3 left.
Yeah. Yes.
By the way,
What happened to what happened to like the like someone like the house moms are either photographers or multi-level marketers now? It's like, when did that happen?
Or sex parties.
Always.
Well, it's like the
Yeah, are you, like
Harry and David or whatever else.
Does
little
Priveco
something.
hook into the whole sex party industry?
Oh, no. Oh, I can't stand it. Mainly because Priveco's deal is we're supposed to be like the curator of products because people don't know anything about sex toys, right? So they can buy a bad one.
That they admit to.
Well, they could buy. I mean, it's one thing to know what you want. But
Is
you're
there a
not
bad
gonna-
one?
Yeah, there are some bad ones. But someone has to like figure out what's good quality and what's not because you're not going to find that by looking at the
So
box.
Somebody has to be beta tester, is what you're saying?
So what I'm hearing is that you have a testing division?
We do. But unfortunately, it's not nearly as sexy as it sounds.
Great googly moogly.
Yeah, it involves.
No. How do we get them on the show?
Yeah, it involves.
I'm not going to name names, Dave.
I almost said, how do we get them to come on the show? But that's
But
welcome to the fourth segment.
yeah. But the home sex toy party people, they just sell whatever's put under their noses. They do a terrible job of it. Terrible.
Noses. Let's go with noses. So here's actually, you know what? But so we harped and we bitched, but let's end on a high note. So funny thing. So I posted the note out on Facebook on the IT and the D page and in the LinkedIn group about someone who was looking for someone to do just like a whole bunch of scanning of documents. They're a medical transcription
data
facility
entry or
at Idiota.
Yeah,
just a whole bunch of scanning. So it actually, and this even ties into the studio because I wouldn't have known the person if it weren't for this place. It turns out that one of the people that's here is hooking into that gig and met with the person I hooked him up with.
Is that happy or sad that you put out a $15 an hour temp job and you just got flooded?
I did get flooded. But you know what? But here's the cool part is because I was totally straight up and honest about it. The friend of mine loves this girl and is like, yeah, dude, if she's not a total wasteoid, which it didn't seem like she was through the interviews, she's going to have a job here, like permanently after this is over.
So it's a entry. It's an entry point. It's a stepping stone.
Which is what I said it was. I mean, they're always looking to hire people.
Yeah, you were transparent about it. It's not like a management position.
Nope. But so little minor +1 for us, and
Nice.
it
No, it's
works all
great.
the way around. That's how it's supposed to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what that's called? That's called networking.
Yeah,
networking.
We I did get I'll post it on IT and the D tomorrow, but we did get from Detroit Mishworks. We need a QA director and a
Wasn't
business
Mishworks,
analyst.
DESC.
That's it's still part of Mishworks. So they got a couple.
Where actually at
down
Mishworks?
Detroit?
Oh,
Yeah.
downtown?
The Detroit Mishworks division.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we'll post that too. But there's a couple good opportunities going on. But yeah, this is the January 5th edition of the IT and the D show. We're going to bring this thing to a halt. I guess we'll see you guys next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Yeah, Merry New Year, everyone.
Merry New Year.
First show of the year and we survived. Wasn't too
Beef
bad.
jerky time.
Beef jerky time.
I'm happy you sent me here sometime this year. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, appreciate you.
Yeah, seriously, Ian, Tom, guys, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
It's not always the most convenient timing or location or all that stuff, and it was. I mean, this was a good show to kick off the year.
Great show. Great show. Yeah, appreciate it, definitely. We'll see you guys next week. Appreciate the time again. This is...
Oh, and hey, for all you random listeners out there, if you haven't, go hit our site and check out the 7 career lessons that you missed from the Breakfast Club, because I'm particularly proud of that one.
It was good.
Yeah, that was good. That's some good stuff, man. Really good stuff.
That was a fun one for me to write. I'm content.
You happy?
Are you done now?
I don't know. I kind of feel like I just want to sit here and keep talking, but I know you don't want to.
See you next week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right. See you next week. Beat it.
See ya.
The emergency
Emergency destruct system is now activated.
Look out, Flash!
Flash! Don't move! Stay where you are!
Long live Flash! You've saved your Earth. Have a nice day.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
Murphy.
Make the run. The run.
Game over, man. It's game over.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off. Yo! Hold up! Time out! Time out! Y'all take a chill. You need to cool that shit out. And that's the double truth, Ruth.
I hope this was as much fun for you as it was for me.
How much scotch did you drink that night, by the way?
Half a bottle.
Okay, then shut the hell up.
You're in your underwear. I'm in my underwear. Here, let's hang out.
No, I'm sorry, honey. I have a headache.
I definitely want to see Bob in his underwear. That's a fact.
Bear me.
Why would, like, Buick put their cars next to, like, the Bentleys? Like, why? That's not marketing.
The alphabet.
It's brilliant. Because you're getting your 8-track tuned up. Are we at a break yet?
I may have to wipe the geek off. I can't say no, and I don't really want to.
Well, especially with the back doors open. We just lost our clean tag on iTunes.
So you have no boots.
No.
You have no gloves.
No.
You have no hat.
No.
You have no scarf.
No.
You have no scraper.
No.
How long have you lived in Michigan?
All my life.
You, sir, are an idiot.
I don't care.
When are we going to talk about me?
Jane, you ignorant slut.
This is the ladies' man.
Guess Captain Soundboard doesn't know how to run the soundboard.
Shut up. Stop talking.
You're so white right now.
I'm the whitest guy in the room. Just explain it to me.
I love this city.
I was banging on the wang.
Really? Should we talk about this? Tag team it. Should I keep going or should I stop?
Hell yeah.
Can I just say, it's been great being on a show that talks about Mickey Rooney dying for 20 seconds and then poop for 10 minutes.
You're not very informative, but wow, are you entertaining.
This is a previously recorded episode of the IT in the D Show.